What's up, amigos? My name is Antonio and welcome back to the Ink Builder. Now for today's video, I'm gonna figure out and show you guys how to set up this cheap timer that I purchased along with my UV light that I received on Monday. So let's get started. Alright, for this timer, I bought this off Amazon and it was pretty cheap. It cost like around $15 for the shipping. And honestly, when I think about it in dollars, it is pretty cheap. But when I think about it in pesos, it's like around 250, 300 pesos, which is about like a day and a half of work for me. So yes, cheap, but also expensive on my part. But anyways, now I went to Amazon and they have a user manual on how to wire this thing up. But it's kind of confusing. As you can see, I was looking at it. At first, I did not understand it. But then I started reading at the reviews, and someone left a review there. Someone gave it 2 stars because the same reason was because they didn't understand the instructions. But they made their own diagram, and I saw it, and it kind of made more sense. But I'm going to do another diagram of how to do it. Now, before I start wiring everything up, I'm going to explain to you guys what I'm going to do. Now, this is the UV light that I purchased, and it comes with the plug. But since I'm going to try to figure out how to do this right now, I'm not going to risk burning it, so I'm going to use my old LED I have. This is the one I was using to expose my screens previously. And when I bought this, it comes like this. So basically I have to do the whole wiring. And how I had it fixed up is I bought this cable and this plug. And right now I took it apart so I could set this timer. Okay, so here's the back of the timer, and it has these 4 slots where you put the wire, and this is how it's labeled: the VCC, the G&D, S1, S0. Not really sure if that's how you really say it, but so let's make a diagram real quick. 2, 3, 4. VCC. Alright, so now let's pretend this one is the plug. So we're going to have one going to here and the one going to here. Now let's have the light here. Not the best drawing, but anyways. So here's the cable. It's actually 2. Okay, so this one, I'm guessing this is the live wire. So I'm going to connect one of these one. How do you say jump this one? To this one right here. So this wire is connected to this one. And this is going to be the other one that completes the cycle. So we have this one. It's going to be splitting. It's going to go here. And then this one can connect it here. So you could just imagine that this is like a switch, which will help complete the cycle, so the current can go all the way. So this is how I'm going to do it for my. I'm going to test it right now with this one. So let's get started. Okay. So I just went to the hardware store and I bought this 18 gauge wire because I was trying to do it yesterday, and I was just trying to plug. Where is it at? I was trying to plug this one to here, but as you can see, it's too big. I was having trouble with it, so I decided to go buy some cable. So I'm gonna cut this first. Okay, so I just cut 2 small pieces of cable. Even though once I actually build like an exposure unit, I'll figure out the actual length I need. But for now, I'm just testing it out. Split this. Yeah. Now that's too long. Okay, so I got the wires ready. So let's get started. Okay, so looking at the diagram, the first one I'm going to do is this cable. The one's going to go to here, to the VCC, and the other one's going to go to one of these ones. So, grab this cable. And this is the one that goes to the outlet. So I'm just splitting this cable so I can make my 2 splits. Let me take this apart. Other one. Not the best wiring, but where's the tape? Okay, so we're done with the first one. Let me unscrew this. Screwdriver. Alright, so here's the first connection. Okay, there's one. Now this one's going to go to one of these ones. Okay. Yeah. Maybe I should make this one longer. I'm gonna make this one longer because right about there. Okay, so imagine this one's the live wire. So I got the live wire going here and here. And now for the, say, the neutral, since the 2 middle ones, that's where where it has like the negative or the, so that's what I'm going to do. What I'm going to do is attach this one here, this together, and both of these will go into here. This one is going to go on this one and to the last slot. There. Okay, there. So one more wire. The one to complete the cycle. That's probably more than I needed, but oh well. Okay, last one. I'll screw this one. Okay, so here's the moment of truth. Hopefully I did everything right because I'm about to plug it in. And let's hope I don't get electrocuted. Okay, let's plug it in. Okay. So let's test this out. This one's to okay, so that turns on. Okay. So it's working, but I don't want that though. Okay, so it's working, but it's doing the opposite that I want, so let me try to figure this thing out. Alright, amigos. I finally figured out how to work this timer. It took me a while. For a moment, I thought I figured it out. I started recording and explaining it, but then later on, I started reading more, and I was wrong. So I'm going to redo this again, because now I'm pretty sure I got it, and now that I read it over and over. It seems pretty easy. I don't know why I didn't get it the first time, but I don't know. Anyways, I'm going to show you guys how to work this timer. Okay, before I go to the timer, I switched my light from the one when I was showing you guys how to set it up, the wiring. During the process, I switched it, and I switched it to this. When I was showing you guys how to wire everything up, I had this. I used this, right? But I removed it. So just think of these two wires that I used to plug into the cables and to the timer. I replaced them with these two. Same thing, except how can I explain this? Alright, just imagine these two. Instead of going to the light, it's going to this there's an outlet that I could plug in my UV light, because I didn't want to cut this. I like the way with the plug. That's why I switched it to this. Same thing, but I just switched the wires. But anyways, let's go with the timer. So this right here, this is time 1, this is time 2. Time 2 is the amount you want to, the amount you want to give it to your light. For example, right here, you want it for 10 seconds. It's going to be on for 10 seconds. This one is just basically the moment you press this, that's how long it's going to take for the light to turn on and for this timer to start. If you want it to start automatically, you can just put it to 1. But first, I'm going to show you guys how to do the setting. because you could use a lot of, they call it relays. For example, you could do it for it could turn on, then it will turn off, then it will repeat, all kinds. But we'll just focus on the simple one, on this one right here. Let me just turn it on so you can get an idea what it means. See, it's going to be on for 10 seconds, and after those 10 seconds, it's going to turn off. Alright, there. So, the first thing, so you can have that. Here are basically the functions. There's this thing is, we're going to start with this one, is P0. And there's options 0, 1, 2, 3. 0 is for milliseconds. The 1 is for seconds. The 2 is for minutes. And the 3 is for hours. So to get that one, what you do is click on here. Once you see it flashing, press it again and hold it. And you'll start here. You press this, you could change the P2, P. So let's go with P0. Now to change this, you move this one. So if you look back at the chart, you want seconds. So you want the 1. So change this to 1. So it's going to be P0 and 1. And that's going to be for the how do you say, in the units. For example, you want seconds. Now for these right here, these are the relays. And the one we're going to use is P12, because that's the one where after it turns on, it turns off by itself. So we're going to put that one now. So again, press it. Once it's blinking, press and hold. And right now we're on P1. And make sure it's on 2. See, here are the other relays, you know. It goes up to 5. But you want 2. So it's going to be P1, 2. And you could just wait and it's all save automatically. Now there's this other one, P2. Don't even pay attention to that. That's just for like the brightness, or I don't know. But we're going to focus on that. So again, press and hold. See, here's P2, but don't worry about that one. Just worry about P0. Make sure it's at 1. On P1, make sure it's on 2. And that's it. Alright, now for this. To change this time right here, you just press it. Once it's blinking, you do adjustment here. This one you don't really have to worry about. I mean, you could leave it at 0. If you leave it at 0 right here, for example right here, if you leave it at 0, the moment you press this one, the OK button, it'll turn automatically. For example, right now. See, it turns automatically. Something. So if you put that to 10 seconds, put OK. After those 10 seconds, it will turn on, and it will start this timer right here. Okay. There. Now, let's do this for my example. Since I'm gonna, for me it takes 60 seconds. But let's pretend it takes me 30 seconds. You just move this right here. For 30 seconds. Oh yeah, to change that one, you know, when you press this one, when this one's blinking, but you want to go to that one, press it again, and I'll go to this one. And that's it. And that's it. So I'm going to turn this so it could turn on automatically. So I'm going to set it at 0. And it'll turn by itself. You can either wait till it stops loading, or that's it. how you press it. See? Now if you want to stop it, you could just press this one. And it'll reset it. And the good thing about this timer is that if you unplug it, it saves your settings. So for example, let me unplug it right now. Plug it back in. And it keeps it. Alright, so now let's say that you have a light. No, let's say you don't have a UV light and you're using like a regular fluorescent lights or whatever, and it takes you like 5 minutes. We're going to change the settings to minutes. So like I mentioned, P01, those are for seconds. But like if you take like, but if it takes you like 7 minutes or 6 minutes to expose your screens, we're going to change this to the number 2. So again, go here, wait till it starts blinking, press it in home, and wait till it goes to P, click on P0, and right here, you want 2, because 2 is for minutes. And just wait till it saves by itself. See? So now, I don't want 30 minutes, so let's change it to here. We're going to put 1 minute. Okay, 1 minute. So let's put on. So basically right here is going to take exactly 1 minute. So this is good. This is for you guys that takes you like 7 minutes or 5, whatever, to expose your screens. That's how you do it. But for me, since I do have this UV light, I'm going to go with seconds. So let me change that again. 0 to 1. Good. Yeah. 10 seconds again. So yeah, that's it, basically. Okay, hopefully you got that. Now, it is confusing. It took me basically all day to figure it out. But once you get the hang of it, it'll be real simple. So if it still is confusing to you, just read the manual. You read it, sounds confusing, read it, and eventually you'll get it. That's what happened to me. I was making the video, and I thought it was in seconds, but then I realized that it was in those microseconds, microseconds, and that's why I had to redo this video after I tried to figure out how to change it to actual seconds and not microseconds, whatever that's called. But yeah, I am going to try to figure out how to set up my exposure unit, because one, I still need to build that box. But what I'm going to do is, within these days, with this week, I want to go with the Maestro, because he does have his own exposure unit, and I'm going to do a test right there. I'm going to take off the LED lights that they use. I'm going to put this UV light just to see how maybe it'll be faster, because for me, if you saw my other video, it took me about a minute to expose my screen, and that had probably to do with me holding the light, and since I was holding it, the light was spraying out through the entire room. Also, I also forgot that many of you guys removed the glass from the floodlight, and I forgot about that. So later on, I will do a test with removing the glass to see maybe that will speed up the time. So if you're interested in that timer, I recommend it. It's kind of simple to set up once you learn how to set up the timer, but hopefully this video helped you guys out. I'll leave the link in the description. Like I mentioned, it was only like 15 bucks with the shipping. It works, it gets the job done. So I highly recommend it, along with that UV light. Well, basically that's all for the video. I guess you could tell we ran out of time. But before you go, make sure subscribe, like, comment, follow my Instagram, like my Facebook page. So in the meantime, I'm out.